Missouri is a team that plays better at home, and that's what you look at when you're looking at the stats and how they've performed. And they're a team that has very good athletic guard play. We thought their bigs inside, especially their freshman Purier, is a very good low post player, and we were worried about the size advantage they had, especially considering that Gavin was not able to play in that game because of the concussion he sustained in practice.
They came out aggressive, but I think we matched their intensity. Without Gavin there, I was fresh off my sprained ankle, and I just wanted to come in and just give them everything that I have without trying to do too much. I just wanted to get a team as much as I could, and I think they became I executed well and matched their intensity. That's why we got to a good start.
The key is coming out and matching the intensity and playing harder than them for 40 minutes. Let's go right now.
Down to the baseline to Sword, back out to Weatherspoon. 3 on the way is in and good. Driving his Sword, pulls it up, takes a little floater in and good, right in the middle of the lane. Get it on the wing, and Walton picks up his dribble, goes high post, and it's just knocked away by Reddy, but picked up by Missouri, and then they throw it away. Wood threw it away. Reddy picks it up, off to Newman. Newman drives and finishes underneath and scores 2 for the Bulldogs. He gets his first points of the night.
He played with a sense of urgency, like he wanted to be out there on the floor. And, we just told him, just keep defending, and keep knocking down shots, and just let the game come to you, and that's what he did.
Close it out. Newman going to fire from long range and bury it. Boy, Malik is just shooting so well right now.
Malik, he did a lot of good things. You know, he shot the ball well, as he have been doing since conference started. Played good defense. He did a lot of little things like boxing out and hustling to draw a lot of attention away from others to get them open looks. So he did a good job throughout the whole game.
Allen dumps it down to Purrier. He spins to the goal. Shot is blocked by Holman.
Eric did a great job for us, and especially rim protecting. He had 2 blocks in the game. Was really proud of his effort. I thought he did a really nice job for us, changing shots and blocking some shots. And we ended up having to play zone, which is better for him right now. He's still learning, man. And in the zone, I thought he was particularly effective. And his length bothers people.
Driving to Phillips. Phillips underneath, and the shot is blocked, and it's loose on the floor. Weatherspoon goes and gets it. He'll take it down and jam it on the other end. Weatherspoon got it down inside. Zapardo kicks it out, and Weatherspoon's going to end up with an open 3, and he buries it for his second 3 of the ball game. This half is over, and it's 37-20. Sword, drive, stops. His jumper is up from about 15 feet away and good.
I was feeling comfortable through warm-ups, and, everybody was just telling me, man, we need you tonight because, we don't have Gavin. And I had to step up, and I had to be a leader on the court. So it was just a confidence booster.
Starts to drive, spins in the lane, kicks it back. Newman's long 3 on the way and good again. He just continues to rifle the ball through the goal. His 4th 3 of the ball game. Missouri gets it with Walton. Here they come the other way. Stolen away. Thomas knocked it out of the hands. Grabbed by Reddy. Takes it in the middle. Little jumper on the way, no good. Weatherspoon goes and gets it and lays it up and in.
You play through pain so much, and I just wanted to come out and do everything I can. I know I ain't have much lift, and I didn't have much burst off my foot, so I just did a lot to get to spots to create for others, and I just rebounded well. I rebounded well in that game.
Back to Allen on that baseline, kicks it out front, and Fred Thomas anticipated it and going to take it to the other end, and he slams it in the goal. Great steal and score by the Bulldogs' Fred Thomas. Weatherspoon looked at it, Sword, gave it to Newman in front, back to Sword. He drives to the hole, shoots it out to Zapardo. He's got an open look at a 3, won't go. Tapped in by Weatherspoon. IJ down inside to Holman, and he's going to try to go up, gave it off, and the shot put up and in on a tough bucket by Travis Daniel. Right on the outside, starts to drive, takes it in, puts it up. It will not go. Ball knocked outside. Weatherspoon comes up with it. He gets into the front court, just stays on the dribble drive all the way to the hole. 2 seconds. Bulldogs going to win it 76-62 final here in the Mizzou Arena.
It was a great feeling. We got the victory, of course, and we were just proud of each other because we felt like we played together, we competed hard, and we just left it out all on the floor.
Great team effort. Great team effort. Everybody contributed. Huge team effort. Really important win for us. Making the extra pass, get it to the guy who's hot, all right? Attacking the rim. That's a really good win for us right there. And that gets us back going again.
Ryan Dotson's our head athletic trainer for men's basketball, and he does a terrific job. I mean, I couldn't be happier with his importance and how much time and effort and how much he cares about our players and just how diligent he is and attention to detail with every single thing, with every single player. I mean, our players, I know, respect him and appreciate how much he loves and cares for them. And he does a tremendous job. I treat our trainers just like one of my assistant coaches. He's very, very important. And he's the liaison between the medical staff, the doctors, with our players. And, you know, he's like a parent, you know, like I am, and really cares and loves these kids. And couldn't be a better person or a better human being that I've worked with, and you know, people at Mississippi State would be very proud if they knew what kind of human being he is and just how good he is at his job.
Mosaic, we got three. That's 4. One more. That's 5, good. As an athletic trainer, you're responsible for the management, the rehabilitation, the evaluation, the treatment, and also the prevention of sport-related injuries. And so I feel like my job as an athletic trainer, specifically with men's basketball, would be to obviously stay current on your treatment techniques and all the current stuff that's going out there so you can continue to improve your profession. But the other part of it is, honestly, probably 50% of it is all about effort. You know, you've got to be able to put the hours in. You got to be able to put the extra hours after on top of all the hours you're putting in already. You have to be willing to stay with the guy when he has a 102, 103 degree fever. You have to be able to take an athlete to the ER when he's having issues there as well. You have to be willing to, when a guy's out, you know, be willing to do around the clock treatments, because that's just what it's going to take. And I believe our athletes respond well to that. If they see you're putting the effort in, all the other stuff is secondary. If they see that you're doing whatever you can to get them back on the court, then they're gonna respond to you and they're gonna trust you. And I feel like I've done a pretty good job of getting our guys' trust, and I would say for the most part, all of them believe that I have their best interests at heart when it comes to their health.
You're doing a great job, man. Thank you. I swear you're doing a great job.
You feel all right? As far as going back and forth, backpedaling like that, pushing off, changing? No real issue pushing off that left? All right. I had a coach tell me a couple years ago, he's like, hey, Ryan, you know, you really got to monitor what they say in the athletic training room. And that's not how I want it to be. I want these guys to, once they come in here, to understand that it's free, it's a comfortable environment. They don't have to be all bunched up and can't really express themselves the way they want to express themselves. And so we have a comfortable environment. We are interacting, we're laughing with one another, we're talking back and forth, ribbing each other. That's just kind of how it is in there, and that's what I want to happen. I want to build an atmosphere where everybody feels comfortable, everybody feels included, and so they can come in here freely and hang out.
I know everybody just like you know it.
What makes you so much different than me? Why can you get hired and I can't get hired?
You too.
What you trying to say though?
We're on the same page.
What you trying to say though?
Cause we two different people.
Me and you ain't on the same page because you saying I can't get hired.
Can't.
By doing your
Bye,
job.
Book.
Can't do it.
Yes, sir, D-Book.
I know you can't do my job right now.
I know.
But I can do your job.
I agree.
Right.
I have to say that if RJ ever wants to play me one-on-one in basketball, and then if we want to have a taping contest afterwards, I guarantee that my ability to play basketball will be a lot better than his ability to tape an ankle. And try to tell him, hey, there's more to this job than doing jumping jacks, stretching people out and taping ankles. A lot of years of experience in college go into it.
But the thing is, I'm trying to tell him that I can be the better trainer.
The better trainer.
He's trying to tell me I
That's
can't.
impossible.
How?
I'm just trying to motivate you, right?
Impossible is nothing.
That's all right.
It's possible.
Right. I'm just trying to push the button so you work a little bit harder. You know what I'm talking about?
I'm
That's all
trying.
it is.
I ain't trying to put no button. I'm trying to stay fat. This real rap raw. I learned a lot from Ryan these last 2 years. Taping, icing and stemming, taking us to the MRI, taking us to go see Doc. But yeah, I can do Ryan's job. Ryan knows I can do his job before he does my job, because he'll get irritated hearing all them people calling for the ball all the time. You know, it's something I've been doing for since I was like 3, 4 years old. He haven't been a trainer since he was 3, 4 years old. I can do his job. Matter of fact, I am in kinesiology. I can do his job because I'm studying all the bones and all that he's doing. I can eventually become a trainer if I want to, but basketball is my job. Ask him to come out there and play in the Division I basketball game and let me beat him for a day. He beat me, no, not for a day, for a year. And I'll be here for a year, see who most successful.
You did a lot of tape? Y'all gonna clown me on camera? Nah, he ain't even gonna put this out.
I ain't clowning you. You trying to clown me? You said I can't do your job.
Whatever. I'm just gonna go ahead and be on it, man.
No, man.
Ryan Dyson is the best trainer in the SEC.
Look, we can just build that type of atmosphere of inclusion and comfortability in this area of the athletic training room, then you know what, I'm doing my job there. Let's work. Get back. There you go. There you go, good.
There's going to be issues. There's going to be things that happen, and we have no control over them. But we have to do everything we can to help our players in terms of prevention of injuries, in terms of helping them come back from when they sustain an injury, or like in Eric Holman's case, he had a major surgery, as did Xavier Stapleton, as did Joe Struggs. But he's done a tremendous job helping all these kids rehab and make their way back. I mean, Xavier Stapleton's ahead of schedule in terms of what he's doing with his rehab for a torn ACL. Eric's knee is better than it was before since he had his surgery. So, and I think we have a very good medical staff as well. I think the team doctors that work with our team do a tremendous job.
Taking an athlete from a significant injury onto the fact that they get back on the basketball court is probably the most rewarding part of this job. They go through a lot of different mentalities and a lot of different opinions about themselves during this whole situation. And so we're there to, number one, just be consistent, and continue to encourage them and motivate them through the whole process until they actually get back on the court. But as long as you can keep it light, you can keep things motivated, you can keep the situation as productive as possible and progressive as possible, then these guys are going to continue to respond and do the right things for their body. And then when you get to that point where they're actually back on the court, like I said, it has to be probably the most rewarding thing about what I do every day. How'd it feel? Feels good. Feel good. That's what I like to hear.
Nissan's family of crossovers with intuitive all-wheel drive. See driving in a more confident light. For a limited time, choose Nissan Rogue and save up to $1,000 or save up to $1,500 on Murano. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Mississippi State Bulldogs.
We thought Bama was really good inside in terms of their length. We knew they'd try to go and go right at us inside and get us in foul trouble, so we started out doubling the post consequently. even though their most dangerous three players are those three guards.
Drives in between a couple of guys, lobs it up for a grab and a lay-in as Holman grabbed a little flip up there. Nice play by Newman to get it to him. Bulldogs, I.J. Reddy in the game underneath the Craig Sword. He missed, but a put back on the other side by Gavin Ware.
Gavin's a special player. I say the best big man in the SEC, you know. He's had a terrific year all year, and just having his presence out there of scoring and just being there was a great pickup for us.
Alabama with a 13-6 lead. Inside, got it there to Gavin Ware, and he lays it up and in.
Gavin had one of his best games offensively against Alabama. He ended up with 28 points, a career high. I think his teammates did a good job finding him and getting him in the ball.
Second bucket for Obasahan. Inside to Ware. He's behind the defense, and he lays it up and in. We got another three-point ball game. 12 minutes to go. Long one by Weatherspoon. On and the board's no good. Rebound. Travis Daniels with a head and shoulder faking up and in.
I just came out, you know, just being aggressive again, you know. Wasn't thinking about the misses or the makes. I was just letting it fly and just trying to help my team on the defensive end and just, you know, be more vocal overall.
Kicks it back out to Reddy. He penetrates underneath the Gavin Ware. Off to Daniels. His shot on the way in and good. Sword in the corner. Takes a drive. Takes it in front. Now has to shovel it back out. Travis Daniels fires and it's in around the rim and in. Sword looked at a three. Lobs it in there to Gavin Ware, who one hand grabbing. Down 36-31. Lob it in there again to Gavin Ware, who put it up and in and gets fouled from behind. I think it will be against Kessens. Alabama's got it. Throw it up long at the buzzer, and it is no good. And we will go to the dressing room with a 4-point ball game. Alabama 38, Mississippi State 34. Inbound at the Craig Sword. He's going to drive it and kick it, and a 15-footer on the way and good by Gavin Ware. And the Bulldogs attacked and got a good open shot. And the ball knocked away by Ruddy. He took it away from Edwards. Behind the back dribble. Gives it off for a driving layup in and good by Travis Daniels. And the Bulldogs get a steal. Reddy on the wing. Can't get the jump shot off. Back to Sword. He wants to drive. Off balance shot up on the iron. Bounces in and good. Nice job by Sword. Pull-up jumper on the way in and good by Fred Thomas. He passed up to three, penetrated to about 15 feet, and gets his first points of the night.
I thought Fred really spearheaded us to come back. We went zone. He was at the top of the zone. I thought he did a really good job being active. I made a big three to give us our first lead of the game. Made a nice shot fake, pull-up to help the comeback. Played with a lot of energy.
10:37 on the clock. Try to run ends. Play underneath. The ball's knocked free. It's loose. The Bulldogs have it and get it out of there. Nice save by Holman. Off to Reddy on the dribble drive. Takes it all the way. Laid it in and good. He just exploded. Made a little feint to his right and kept the basketball and laid it in. Look in the middle to Riley Norris, who has a shot blocked. Got it back and lost it. Reddy has it. Brings it up the floor. Stays on the dribble drive. Gets it in the corner to Thomas. A three out of the corner and he buries it. And Mississippi State has taken a lead at 53-51.
We just knew in the back of our minds we had to pick it up and play hard to get back in. Well, we weren't out of the game, but we had to play hard to get the lead and try to keep the lead.
5 on the shot clock. Get it out of your hands. Take the jumper up top. Buries it. A three from on top, and the Bulldogs take a 5-point lead. On the move is Reddy. Pull-up jumper on the way in and good. 15-footer, and he had to manufacture that one off the dribble. 16 on the shot clock. Get it back to Sword. Turns, comes down the lane. Dumps it underneath. Gavin lays it up and in. Penetration, nice feed, and a nice lay-in by Gavin. And the clock running down. Now they'll send Coleman to the corner and try to clear it out. Here comes Obasahan, and we're going to get an offensive foul called on Retin Obasahan. Good job by Sword to back up and keep his feet under it.
Chicken took a great charge. It took an unbelievable defensive effort to get the ball back for us with 10 seconds to go. And then they came down and they fouled us intentionally, which was really strange because we were in the one-on-one. It was a tie ball game. And they got confused how many fouls were on them. Unfortunately, we missed the front end of the one-on-one and then it went to overtime, and they were able to prevail in the overtime period.
It was a hard-fought game. You know, it could have went either way. And my mindset was just like, whenever my time was called, just to come back out there and just give our team energy.
And they got that one chance. They're down by 3 after he makes both. There goes Reddy all the way, and he misses it. Put back in, and now a long one going to be put up, but I don't think in time, and it really doesn't matter. Witherspoon grabbed it and threw it, and Alabama wins it 82-80 in overtime.
This is a whole new second half of the season, and we've got to, really show improvement here and see if we can turn this thing around and end up winning those close games and making the plays when we need to finish games.